Most dangerous places in USA. There is a wide variety of cities in the United States, each with its own special traits and difficulties. But some places have serious problems with safety and crime, which makes them extremely dangerous for both locals and tourists. In this video, we will highlight 7 of the most dangerous places in the U.S., examining the factors that contribute to their high crime rates and the ongoing struggles these communities face. Number 7. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis is sometimes considered the most dangerous city in America, with a shocking violent crime rate of around 9,764 occurrences per 100,000 people in 2023. This amount corresponds to 15,318 violent crimes, including 341 homicides that were reported in a single year. The city's problems are caused by a complicated web of interrelated socioeconomic variables. More than 25% of its people are impoverished, which fosters a criminal environment. High unemployment rates and limited access to excellent education compound these difficulties, prompting many residents to turn to criminal enterprises for survival. Gang activity, as common estimates place the number of gangs active in the city at roughly 182, with 8,400 members. Numerous programs, such as youth engagement projects and federal funds for community policing, have been started by law enforcement and community leaders with the goal of reducing violence. But despite these initiatives, there is still a serious problem with gun violence, which is exacerbated by societal problems that impede progress and easy access to firearms. Memphis is a striking illustration of how urban degradation and thriving communal life may coexist because of the stark contrast between the city's rich cultural past and present difficulties. Number 6. St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis consistently ranks among the most dangerous cities in America due to its high violent crime rate of roughly 2,082 incidents per 100,000 residents. Approximately 264 murders and thousands of other violent crimes, including robberies and aggravated assaults, have been reported in the city in recent years. Systemic socioeconomic problems are the main cause of this violence. St. Louis has a poverty rate of over 25%, which fuels extreme desperation and high crime rates. The problems facing the city are largely still a result of racial segregation. Areas are frequently split along racial lines, creating differences in opportunities and resources that exacerbate tension and conflict. Local efforts to address these challenges include programs centered on economic development and education, as well as community policing initiatives meant to build confidence between law enforcement and the public. Despite these initiatives, the reduction of crime rates is nevertheless hampered by enduring economic difficulties and a lack of funding. The city's present battles against poverty and violence stand in stark contrast to its historical significance as a center of culture. Number 5. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit's lengthy history of urban deterioration and economic downfall contributes significantly to its image as one of the most dangerous cities in America. The city faces serious public safety difficulties with a violent crime rate of about 1,965 incidents per 100,000 inhabitants and about 330 murders reported annually in recent years. High rates of poverty above 30% contribute to this environment by limiting options for lawful work and education, which fosters a climate conducive to crime. The population of the city has significantly decreased over time, from around 2 million in the 1950s to about 632,464 today. As a result, there are many abandoned homes and neighborhoods that are hotspots for crime. Initiatives like Detroit Future City, which attempts to enhance infrastructure and involve communities in rebuilding efforts, have been part of efforts to regenerate Detroit. But high rates of drug-related crimes and gang violence persist in many neighborhoods, making it difficult for law enforcement to reestablish public safety. Detroit's complex picture of an American city attempting to regain its previous glory is painted when its troubles with crime are contrasted with its rich musical legacy and cultural significance. Number 4. Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham now ranks among the most dangerous cities in the United States, with roughly 59.78 violent crimes committed per 1,000 residents. The city grapples with substantial socioeconomic issues that contribute to its high incidence of aggravated assault and other violent offenses. With poverty rates at about 25%, a large number of the population has restricted access to work and educational possibilities, which frequently pushes people to turn to criminal activity in order to survive. To address these challenges, local authorities are actively involved in a variety of community outreach programs. To help discourage young people from engaging in illegal activities, programs concentrating on youth mentorship and job training have been implemented. Partnerships between law enforcement and community organizations also seek to address the root causes of violence while promoting cooperation and trust among locals. Nevertheless, in spite of these preventative steps, domestic violence and gang-related violence remain major problems in Birmingham. Problems that call for ongoing support and funding in order to find lasting solutions. Number 3. Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland's violent crime rate sits at around 1,614 incidents per 100,000 residents, making it one of the most dangerous cities in America. The city has had many difficulties. Because of the economic downturn, the poverty rate is over 30%, and unemployment and limited access to basic amenities like healthcare and education are problems in many neighborhoods. Cleveland has recorded 39.9 killings per 100,000 citizens in recent years, which is significantly higher than the national average. Both locals and officials are concerned about this trend. Law enforcement agencies have implemented a number of community policing initiatives with the goal of fostering trust between the public and officers while concentrating on targeted interventions for high crime areas in conjunction with neighborhood organizations that offer at-risk population support services. Even if authorities are taking preventive measures, persistent problems like drug trafficking and gang violence make these efforts more difficult. Many areas are still trapped in cycles of poverty that encourage criminal activity. Number 2. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The rate of violent crime in Milwaukee has alarmingly increased. In recent years, it is currently approximately 1,509 incidents per 100,000 persons. The city faces severe social inequality, which is a major factor in the high rates of killings and serious assaults, especially in underprivileged areas where people are struggling financially. At roughly 26%, Milwaukee has a poverty rate higher than the national average. This creates a vicious cycle where people turn to illegal activities like drug trafficking or theft in order to break free from their circumstances and seek alternate routes to survival or financial gain. Local authorities are aware of these issues and are actively working on community engagement projects that will enhance public safety. These projects include partnerships between local organizations and law enforcement agencies that are concentrated on youth outreach programs that aim to lower gang membership by providing mentorship opportunities that encourage positive life choices among youth who are at risk of engaging in criminal activity. Though these initiatives are being carried out in Milwaukee's neighborhoods, like stepping up police presence during high crime hours, many city residents continue to express grave concerns about the city's persistently high crime rates. Number 1. Stockton, California. The violent crime rate in Stockton is roughly 1,333 incidents per 100,000 residents, a number that represents the community's continuous challenges with gang-related violence and unstable economic conditions. The city has encountered considerable issues throughout the years, due to high unemployment rates about double the national average, paired with poverty levels above 20%. Due to desperation or a lack of opportunities for lawful employment within California's economy, people may turn to illegal activities. This is especially true for younger populations, who may feel disenfranchised by their circumstances, which may lead them toward gang affiliations or other forms of delinquency rather than seeking constructive outlets through education or career development pathways available nearby if financially accessible enough. The goal of recent local government initiatives is to specifically reduce violence by means of focused interventions like community policing tactics and collaborations with youth development organizations that are specifically focused on offering alternatives to gang membership while cultivating positive relationships between law enforcement personnel and the public. Even with the proactive steps being taken within the communities of Stockton, like stepping up police presence during high crime hours, the ongoing socioeconomic problems pose obstacles to enhancing safety in this complex and diverse metropolitan environment as a whole. These descriptions offer a thorough examination of the particular public safety challenges faced by each city, while highlighting ongoing initiatives by law enforcement and community engagement strategies to address these complex issues and create safer environments overall. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe.